So good morning, everybody, and welcome to today's second digital webinar put on by the Greater Birmingham Solihull Growth Hub. Our presenter here is Jav Anderson. He'll be presenting the digital skills webinar. Just a little bit about myself and the Growth Hub. So my name is Waka and I work for the Greater Birmingham Solihull Growth Hub. We offer free business support in all areas and sectors. So we provide businesses with the help and guidance with queries such as grants, funding, relocation, recruitment, and all sorts. So generally how it works is we have a team of very experienced business advisors, which companies and business owners would come and sit down or on the phone, have a chat with us about their barriers to growth and what they're looking potentially to do with their business in terms of growth or expanding, or any barriers to growth they're coming across, which is preventing them to grow. So we would go through what is called a diagnostic process, where we would help a business understand what path they are trying to take, and we would signpost them to the correct service within the Greater Birmingham area. So we have many partners such as Aston University, Birmingham City University, Birmingham City Council, and so on. Do check our website, guys. All our support and advice is free. So our website, I'll put in the chat box below with our phone number as well and email address. I don't want to hold you up too long. I'll just pass on to my colleague who's presenting now, Jav Anderson. So Jav, over to you.
Thank you. Okay, welcome everyone. Let me just share my screen. Okay, hopefully can you all see that? Perfect. Good, good. Okay, so welcome to Digital Skills for Business Webinar 2, today, Tuesday, 7th of July, 2020. Okay, so still in the middle of lockdown, so digital skills are still very important, if not more important. The latest stats I've come across this week are 67% of SMEs, so businesses on the high street, retailers, etc., people like yourselves, were forced to temporarily close as soon as lockdown happened. So 67% of you forced to close. What we've got to try and figure out is how can we keep you guys open even if lockdown does happen, or if another lockdown happens, which it may well happen, hopefully it doesn't, but if it does, what can you do? And even if it doesn't happen, what do we need to do with digital skills to make you more profitable as a business? So that's what the whole basis of this training is going to be about, helping you with the digital skills, helping you with the digital marketing, and ensuring you increase your profitability. Okay, good. For those who weren't here last week or maybe caught up on the recorded webinar, my name is Jav Anderson. I will be the trainer for these next couple of weeks. I'm the Digital Skills Director for Clockwork City. Please see my Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and my work, or Clockwork City, Twitter as well. Please feel free to connect in with me, link in with me. If I recognize your name, I will link back with you, and you can talk to me by private message if you so wish. I'm happy for you guys to email me as well, any questions you have over the course of this training to help you out. Now, the training we're going to go through today is going to be a bit more broad brush for everyone to benefit from, but you all will be able to get, up to 30 of you will be able to get 2 hours of one-to-one with me specifically, where we'll work specifically on things for your business. Okay, so we did have quite a few, I think we had about 18 or so people sign up last week for the one-to-one. So there are, I think, 12 one-to-ones places still left. So if you would like one, email me on that email address now, during the presentation, etc. As soon as you can. It's on a first come, first served basis. Now, when we do the one-to-ones, it's kind of up to you. I've already started doing them for some people. So it depends on where you are on your journey. If you would like to have them during these webinars over the next week or two, I'm happy with that. If you'd like to do it at the end of the third one next week, then I'm happy for you to do that as well. Okay, good. Right. Overview of the training process. The aim is to attend or at least watch all 3 webinars, because that way you'll get all of the information you need to become efficient as a business. Today's the 7th of July. This is the second session. You get 2 one-hour Zoom sessions, okay, with me, private sessions with me, where we'll actually go through any aspect of your business you'd like to talk to. If you don't know how to post on Twitter or Instagram or Facebook, or if you want help with your content strategy, or if you want help with your overall digital strategy, whatever it is that is relevant to you, you can ask me and we can work on that together. Okay, good. What I'm going to do is also set you guys some homework this week. I'm going to set it now. So if you haven't set up a Twitter account or an Instagram or a Facebook business account, I would like you to set one up for your business. In my opinion, any business should have these accounts running as a minimum. Now, I know you may be very busy and you haven't got a lot of time, etc. So if you can set up all three, I think that will give you the most strongest chance to be more profitable as a business. So see if you can set yourself up a Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook for business page. Once you've done that, link in with me. And when we have our one-to-ones, we can look at this, we can help you. I can help you what you're going to be posting, etc., etc. So you take that as a bit of a homework as well. The other piece of homework I'd like you to do is to claim your Google listing. Claim your Google listing. Once you sign up for one-to-one, by the way, I'll be sending you one of these books, one of these workbooks, comprehensive workbook. All the information will be in there as well. So another benefit for signing up for the one-to-ones. We'll work through this in your one-to-one as well. How you set up Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, how you set up your Google business page, etc. It's all in this book as well. But it's easy enough just to Google it as well. Okay, the internet is there to help you as well. The internet, I know, is there to, it appears to be there to crush you as a business. What we've got to try and do is figure out how we can use this, how can we leverage off it and make it work for us. That's what we're going to be looking at. Okay, good. So my email address is on the screen, zav@clockworkcity.co.uk. Just flick me an email and first come, first served, you will get your one-to-ones on there. What I'll do is I'll then send you a registration form, which you'll need to just quickly complete. So give me a bit of information about you so I know who I'm talking to and a bit about your business. And then I'll send you the delegate workbook in the post. I'll be sending these delegate workbooks out tomorrow morning. So if you get your emails to me fairly quickly, you will receive your book. Okay, good. Let's crack on with the training. So, okay, for all of your businesses, whatever your business is, whether you sell products, whether you sell services, the key thing you've got to think about is features and benefits and communicating your features and benefits over your digital vehicles, whether it's Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, etc. It doesn't matter which one, LinkedIn. Okay, so thinking about a product, features and benefits. If I have my phone here as well, okay, I have my phone here. Okay, I could describe this phone to you. I could describe the features of this phone to you. So for example, okay, it's about, I don't know, 5-6 inches long. It's sort of black in color. That's the features of this phone. Does that make you want to buy my phone? Maybe, maybe not. Think about the benefits of this phone. Okay, now this phone, you can take pictures with it, high quality pictures. You can take high quality video. You can speak to people on it. You can email people. You can surf the internet. This is the benefits of this phone. So rather than just, it's this big, it weighs this much, it's this color, which are features, think about features, not only features, but benefits as well. Because I think people buy on benefits. So when you think about your products, what you offer as a service, whatever you sell, rather than just describing what it is, tell people what the benefits are and communicate this on your social media channels so that people can see it and go, oh yeah, that's really, how many times have you seen an advert? You say, oh, this is the advert of a product. And you go, oh, right, okay, you read it in a paper, you see it on social media, on TV or something, you see it, go, oh, right, okay, that's really good. Right, I must go and buy one of those. Not, I must buy one off that person because they've communicated me, they've told me how to do it. The other thing we've got to have is a call to action on there as well. So if I'm describing my phone to you and I'm saying that I sell these phones, etc., these are the benefits, you can speak to people, you can hear this. And by the way, call me today, email me, and you can buy one. So give them a call to action as well. So every time you're thinking about your social media, have a call to action as well. Everything we post on our social media, we have to remember the 3 E's. Let's go over them. First E, entertain. Everything we post about our product or service has to be entertaining. It has to be interesting. If it's not interesting, why would anyone be watching? Why would they be reading it? Why would they look at our video clip? It's got to be entertaining. It's got to be interesting to them. Through it being interesting, we educate them. The second D, educate. We educate them about our business, about us, about our products, about our customer service, about everything we offer. So they really feel good about us. They trust us because people buy off people they trust, companies they trust. So the second E is educate. Educate people about your business. The third E is engage. It's the crucial one. We want them to engage with us. What does engage mean? Well, it depends. It might be a different thing for you. It may be, I want you to call me. I want you to come into my shop. I want you to follow me on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. I want you to go to my e-shop and buy something. What do you want them to do? How do you want them to engage with you? That's what we're looking for. We're looking for them to engage. There's no point having 100,000 followers if none of them engage with you. So if you look at your posts and you're posting things out there and no one's liking it, no one's retweeting it, no one's sharing it, you have to ask yourself, is what I'm posting entertaining? Is it interesting? Why am I posting it? Why am I wasting my time? I haven't got time to waste. You haven't got time to waste. We're all time poor. So we've got to make sure we post interesting, entertaining content that engages people with us and our company. That's what we're looking for. Okay. So let's go back to our products. Think about the products you sell. So think about one of the products that you sell the most of. Okay, just have it in your mind now while we're here talking. Think about something you sell. Okay, you sell whatever it is, product A. Okay, now, is this the most profitable product? Often it's not, but you sell most of it. So, you know, if you're in your shop, maybe that's when you give the most prominence to because you sell the most of it. Think about what your most profitable product is. And how could you make your most profitable product the product you sell the most of? Maybe you've got the most profitable product is in the back of the room, but you hardly ever sell any of them. So you keep it in the back. But you keep it in the back. That's probably why you hardly ever sell. So think about that. Try and shift your paradigm, your thinking on this. And try and make your most profitable product the one that you sell the most of. And that's going to help your profitability as well. So then let's take that online as well. When we're posting, let's not just keep posting about the product we sell the most of and let everyone know we sell this. Let's start thinking of entertaining posts about our most profitable products that we really want to sell. Let's promote the things we want to sell. Yeah, that's what we've got to think about. So think about how can you make that? What can you do? In the one-to-one we have, you know, we'll talk about exactly what your specific product is and we'll come up with ideas of how we can do this. Okay, difficult for me to do it now because I can't hear what your products are. But in our one-to-ones, we can do this. We can try and identify and come up with a strategy to do this and using our social media platforms to do this, which again is why I ask you to set up your Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, if you've not got one, so that when we do this, we can actually do this as we go along, rather than me telling you, you know, in a few months, you can do this. We need to do it now. We need to do it now. We're in lockdown now. It's tough now. You know, it's just starting to emerge out of lockdown. We need to let people increase their visibility of our products and services. We've got to get our message out there. That's what we've got to do. Okay, so products and services. Okay, your unique selling point. Have a look at this picture. This is a bar in Croatia. Now for me, their unique selling point is if you've got a boat, you can bring your boat right up to the bar, tie it up outside, have lunch. Absolutely fantastic. For me, if I had a boat and I lived in Croatia, that would be a massive unique selling point. I think that's kind of a cool thing. Yes, you can walk to it as well. It's not on an island, but it's one of their unique selling points. So what I want you to think about, whatever your business is, what is your unique selling point? Okay. So out there are lots of people who have clothes shops. If you have a clothes shop, there's lots of people who run salons. There's lots of people who sell shoes, all sorts of, whatever your product is. There's lots of people who do exactly the same as you, maybe even in your town. Now, what you've got to try and do is differentiate yourself, make yourself stand out, make yourself different by communicating to your followers and potential followers or customers, potential customers, your unique selling point. What is it unique about you that makes people go, you know, yeah, I want to go to this shop. I want to come and see this person. I want to shop. I want to spend my money with this person. And by the way, people don't always go for the cheapest. Sometimes actually, because they actually, of the unique selling point of someone, whatever that unique selling point is, they actually go and spend their money with that person, even though they're a little bit more expensive. You see that everywhere. You see that everywhere. So think about unique selling points. What's your unique selling point? So just now, once you get this book, there are sections in this book as we go through this with your features and benefits, unique selling points, and you're actually writing down, this will become your digital strategy. This will become your digital strategy. So we'll actually write in this and create this, and you can keep referring to this over the weeks, months, years, and you can change it, tweak it as needs require. So think about your unique selling point. What is it about your business that is your unique selling point? Write it down now. Write it down now. I'm going to wait for you. Okay, come on, write your unique selling point. What is it unique about your business? Okay, so whatever you've written down, and there's no right or wrong answers, don't worry about that. And by the way, you can change your unique selling point. So if you think, well, yeah, this is my unique selling point, and then you hear someone else say, oh yeah, this is my unique selling point, or I tell you a different unique selling point, you go, actually, that would work for me as well. I think that would be a really good basis for me to start changing. That's okay. So let's have a look at some that could be. So for example, maybe your customer service is phenomenal. Maybe you're absolutely super. Maybe that's your unique selling point. Every time you go in there, you remember people's names, or you remember what they bought last, or whatever it is. Maybe you're the only person who actually sells that product in the area. That could be your unique selling point. Maybe you've got one of these products that almost a monopoly on it in the area. No one else sells it. That could be a unique selling point. Maybe if they have a problem with it, like John Lewis Partnership, they bring it back, fantastic returns policy. That could be like John Lewis Partnerships, unique selling point, best returns policy. Maybe you give it a really good personal service. Think about when you go into a shop, whenever you go into a shop, the last thing you want to be is pounced on by an assistant. You don't want that. But you want to know that you can look around, but there's someone there if you need to have a bit of help. There needs to be some sort of balance there, doesn't there? I mean, obviously now in the middle of lockdown release, no one's going to pounce on you because they've got to be 2 meters away. But generally, sometimes you go in and people won't pounce on you. Another thing, go into a shop. I've done it myself. I've gone into shops. I'll see the customer service assistant. I want to ask them a question. I look at them and they're doing this. And I think, I can't really go and interrupt them. They're on the phone. It might be. So what is your personal service you offer? If you've got people working for you, don't let them use their mobile phones on the shop floor, etc. Little things like this. Okay, maybe it's the quality of your product. Maybe the product you sell is so much better than others. That's your unique selling point. That's why people are going to come to you. Yes, you may be more expensive, but the product is going to last. It's going to be a fantastic product. Maybe it's the expertise of your staff. If your staff just know, again, John Lewis Partnership, if you ever go into their stores, if you ask one of their people about a product, they just seem to know what they're talking about. Sometimes you go into other stores and they go, can I just go and get Tom? Because I was going to get Jane. She's really good. They actually don't know. So maybe the expertise of your staff, which comes down to you and your training, even for a 2-man band or a 3-man band, make sure the expertise of your staff is there, or your own expertise if you're a 1-man band. Ethical sourcing of product, the whole fair trade thing, which is on the other side as well. It's all this sort of stuff is important. It matters to people. People care about this sort of thing. So if that's what you've got, communicate that via your social media. Let people know. Maybe you're a new business. A new business is a USP. Oh, there's a new bars opened up. Let's go in there. I've never been there. Let's try. We've never been in there. A new clothes shop. Let's go and see what they've got. That could be a USP. Conversely, an established family business. We've been going for 150 years. That could be a USP. You know what you're going to get with these guys. They're absolutely superb. Been there forever. Free parking can be a USP. Trying to come into the towns and cities or the high streets nowadays, parking can be a real challenge. If you've got free parking, or through your social media, let your customers know where they can park. Give them a postcode. So if you're coming to see me, pop this postcode in your sat nav. If you're coming by car, that's a great way. Or if you come by train, rail, bus, it's the number so-and-so bus, etc. Make it easy for your customers. That can be a USP as well. The design or desirable function of your products, what your products offer to the people, the differences in the product design. That could be exactly what you're looking for. The service advantage, if you're having alterations, or you're looking for a piece of clothing, and someone says, well, that doesn't quite fit, but we've got a seamstress on site. She could just take that in for you now. That could be a USP. All these sorts of things. Or if someone comes in and says, oh yeah, I like this. Yes, could I have 200? Yeah, no problem at all. We can do our capacities, no problem at all. We can do that. Again, so the ethos, ethical companies, fair trade company. I think it's is it Boohoo at the moment? They're being hauled over the coals in the news for paying substandard wages to people. All this sort of stuff puts people off. Whether it's proven or not, I don't know, but it puts people off. It's not a great thing. So if you've got a good policy towards your staff, for example, that could be an important thing. And also price. Price can be a USP, but I think value is more important. Value is more important. If I said to you, look, my car's outside, okay, it cost me £5,000. In your mind, you've got a perception of what my car looks like. Okay, it cost me £5,000. Okay, if I said to you, my car's outside, it cost me £50,000. You've got a completely different perception of my car. Now, it could be the same car. Maybe I just paid well over the odds, or I got a very good deal. So it's perception as well. So it's not always price, it's value. What's value for money? That's what we're thinking about. So, okay, USP, what is your unique selling point? When you're posting on social media, as part of your content, as part of your content strategy, post about your unique selling point or unique selling points. Maybe there's 2 or 3 or 4 on there. You think actually they actually all relate to me. I could use all of those. I could talk about all of those aspects. Or communicate that with your business. Tell them about your unique selling points. Good. Okay, so let's think about our customers. So who are our customers? A lot of people I speak to, They say, okay, yeah. I say, right, who's your customer? They say, everyone. I spoke to a hairdresser a few months ago. I said to her, right, who's your ideal customer? Who's your ideal customer you would like in your salon? He said, Zav, we cut everyone's hair. Everyone is my ideal customer. I said, okay. Okay, so for example, if a 10-year-old boy comes in, he goes, yeah, we'll cut his hair, no problem at all. I said, great, how much will you charge? He said, probably 10, 12 pounds. I said, okay, good. How about if, for example, the lady came in, mid-40s, she wanted to cut, colour, maybe blow dry, etc. She says, yeah, we can do that as well. I said, fantastic, how much? He said, well, no, probably, say, 120 pounds. I said, good. Okay. If you could have these people lined up, one after the other, waiting to come in, who would you want? The 10-year-old boy or the lady? He said, well, of course, the lady. I said, exactly. So think about your ideal customer. Who is your ideal customer? If your ideal customer is the lady, mid-40s, who wants the colour, the cut, the perm, the blow dry, etc. Think about your marketing. Think about the message you're communicating via your social media. Okay, and make sure your marketing is aimed towards that customer segment. Think about segmenting your customers. You know, don't advertise in schools. If you're trying to attract these people as your ideal customers, your most profitable customers, stop putting flyers in the school. Stop advertising in local schools and advertising for 10, 12-year-old boys coming over their haircuts. Think about who you're targeting. So who are your customers? Again, in the book, on the page on customers, there's 5 sections I want you to fill out. Fill out think of 5 different customer segments you've got. Try and be as specific as possible. Don't say women, men. Try and say, okay, women age 40 to 45, or men age 25 to 32, or however specific you can be, depending on your knowledge, your expertise of your business. Okay, so think about who your customers are. Try and come up with 5 segments. Think of your top segment. Who is your ideal customer? Who is it you would love to come through your doors every day? If you could just deal with that customer, that's the one you would like. Okay, so every one of you in your business, you should all be able to be in your business. As someone comes in, you should be able to look at them, even visually, and think to yourself, I think this person is going to be a good customer. You just get a feeling, or based on your knowledge, you'll know that. So just try and use that information, use that data, the information on that to inform your decision who your top customers are. Ask friends and families. Ask other people you know. Ask your staff who they think our customers are. Who do we think our customer segments are? Okay. Then look at your customers, try and figure out who are your most frequent customers. And then try and analyze, why are they my most frequent customers? Again, are they the most profitable? Are they the ones who spend the most money? If they're not, who are the ones who spend the most money? Maybe they're 3rd, 4th down on your list. What do you need to do? What behaviors do you need to do to get your 3rd or 4th customer, who's your most profitable, up to the top of your list to be the most frequent visitor? What do you need to do? Okay, so now we have our customers. Our customers come into our business. They communicate with our business. If you have a premises, they come in. If you don't have premises, you communicate with them via email, phone, etc. Do you have a customer database? A customer database, or data, is one of the most important things. They reckon data nowadays is more valuable than oil. That's why everywhere you go, people are trying to get your data. Luckily, this has been curbed a bit by GDPR. Okay, this has stopped people selling other people's data, etc. So it is helping. But for your point of view, you do need to adhere to GDPR. Again, we go through this in the one-to-ones. We can talk about this. If you don't know, I'm sure the hub can help you. But you need to get people permission to communicate with them. Okay, you need to get people's permission to communicate with you. So if you're trying to get email addresses or mobile numbers of people, your customers, you've got to make sure you get their buy-in. Now, if people are going to give you their email address or their mobile number, and you've been into shops and people have said, what's your email address? You're buying something. It's your receipt. You say, so why do you want my email address? Oh, it's for your receipt. You don't have to give your email address, but they want your email address because then it's data. And if you've given it to them, then they can use that. So what you've got to think about is, why would anyone want to give me their email address? What's the benefit of you giving me your email address? I've got to tell you what the benefit is. So if I'm a business, I might say, look, I send out a newsletter once a month, and I'll tell the customer this. And on it, I say all my latest products before they even come in the shop. And if you're on my email newsletter list, you will know about them before anyone else who comes in here. That's the benefit of you being on there. Or if you follow me on Instagram, I will post my latest products or my latest deals or whatever it is on my Instagram account before anyone else who comes in the shop will see it. So we're trying to encourage people by explaining what the benefits of them giving their details to us is. Okay, so think about that with your customers. How can we do that? How can we utilize that? Okay, right. So customer retention and loyalty. Getting a customer is really quite difficult. It's quite difficult to actually get a customer. That's the hardest bit. Keeping a customer, retaining your customer should be fairly simple, but a lot of people kind of struggle on this. Okay, so what you've got to think about is you put all that work into getting a customer, where it's advertising, marketing, etc., but often you do very little to retain your customer. I often see people, they have customers coming in, and customers spend hundreds of pounds in their shop, and I'm there standing with them doing a one-to-one. I'm just sitting there waiting while they just deal with the customer. And I said, well, that's fantastic. It was a good sale. Yeah, it was a really good sale. Have you seen that customer before? I'm not sure, actually. I don't think so. Do you know who they are? No. Any way of letting them know that the next load of products coming in which they might be interested in? No. Do they follow you on social media? I don't know. Think about what can you do, even at the point of sale in your business. If you have a point of sale in your business, what could you do? What could you do to your just in general chat to your customers? Maybe you could have a little tablet on the side there with your Instagram, Twitter, or Facebook on there to just show it, demonstrating to customers, the benefits of why they might want to follow you, and also, just orally communicate the benefits to them. Let them know why they might want to. What you could say to them, say, well, are you on Instagram? We're on Instagram as well. Look, tell you, what's your Instagram? I'll follow you. You follow me back, and then you can see all our stuff. That way you definitely get, there's different ways you can do it. It's up to you, and it depends on every situation. But these are sort of things we can do to try and get people to follow us. Okay. So keeping customers, keeping repeat customers. That's what you're looking for. Repeat customers, repeat business is what we're looking for. Word of mouth. Word of mouth is probably one of the most powerful forms of marketing there is. If I was to come to the Birmingham area and meet any of you guys and come to wherever you live, and I said to you, look, I need to go out for a meal tonight. Can you recommend somewhere for me to go? Wherever you tell me, I will probably go based on your recommendation. Because I get to know you, I know you, I trust you, I'll go with it. So word of mouth is what we're looking for. But what we want to try and achieve, because if we have a customer comes in, on average, if they have a really good experience, they'll tell about 3 or 4 people if we're lucky. If they have a bad experience, they'll probably tell 10 or 15 people. It's the way it goes. But let's remain on the positive for the moment, okay? So, word of mouth. How do we get people to do word of mouth testimonials for us? But how do we get to do that online? Because if we get someone on their social media who's following us on social media saying how wonderful we are as a business, what wonderful experience they had, this could go to tens of hundreds of, we don't know how many people that could go to, and it can be shared. So the power of the word of mouth online is a key goal for us. That's what we're trying to do, okay? So trust is one of the most important things we need to try and get as well. Trust in our businesses, okay? Getting people to follow us on social media, gaining their trust. If people trust us, they will keep returning. Think about anywhere you go shopping now. Do you go to similar shops for a lot of things? Getting your hair cut. Most people will nearly always go back to the same place. Okay, hairdressers have literally just reopened. So most of us can try and get a haircut at some point over the next few weeks. It's going to be tough. Everyone's booking, etc. But generally people go back to the same place because they trust them. Unless they get an absolutely shocking haircut, and then they'll choose someone else. And if they're happy there, they'll stay there. People generally will be quite loyal. So great service, giving great service is a great way of getting loyalty. If you give people the great customer service, you sell them the right products at the right price, and you give them the right value, then they'll keep returning. Loyalty cards are also a very good one. Loyalty cards. Think about if you want to have a loyalty card for your business. Maybe you do have a loyalty card for your business. I trained a cafe in Aldershot, and the lady said to me, she said, "Yeah, we've got a loyalty cards have." Mondays, absolutely no one comes in. It's so dead. Tuesday's a bit better. Wednesday's quite good. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, yeah, it's pretty good. We do quite well on those. I said, okay, so what do you do with your loyalty card? So every time they come in, they buy 1 coffee, we give them 1 stamp. 7 stamps, you get free coffee. I said, okay, that sounds fairly standard, fairly good. And no one comes in on a Monday? No, no one at all. I said, okay, how about on a Monday, every coffee they buy, you give them 3 stamps. See what happens. Within 5 weeks, Monday became their busiest day. the perception of value for coming in for your one coffee, getting 3 stamps rather than just 1 stamp. So how can we use loyalty cards? Yeah, think about whenever you go anywhere and someone says, "Well, we've got a loyalty card," you go, "Oh, I must go to this cafe because I've got a loyalty card for this one." It drives your actions. Yeah, I do quite a lot of driving around the country. I used to have a Nectar card, and I always used to go to a BP garage before they got taken off Nectar. And I used to drive around. I'd like 7 miles worth of fuel left. I'll go past a Shell garage, and I can't go in there. It's not BP. And I'm driving around looking for a BP garage so I can use my Nectar card. It's absurd, but I was doing it. And I was looking at myself going, "Why am I doing this? I'm not even sure what I'm collecting these points for, but I'm doing it because I've got this loyalty card and I must get." So, okay, so yeah, loyalty cards do work. So think about how you can use loyalty cards as well. Think about coupons as well, money off coupons. People like this sort of thing, or give them little vouchers. People come in and buy something and you give them something off. Now, when it comes to vouchers, okay, so I trained a chocolate shop in Midhurst, and they had this big promotion on. They said, right, if you buy £100 worth of chocolate, we will give you 10% off your bill. I said, okay. So they come in, they want to spend £100, and you'll give them a tenner off. So when they come in, they put their £100 up. They've got £100 ready, and you only charge them 90. So the other 10 goes back in the purse wallet, no problem at all. And as they leave the business, they've got their chocolate, £100 worth they came in for, and they've probably forgotten about the £10 off they've got. Because they probably thought, well, you've given me £10 off, but I'm sure you just bump the price up, and that's how it works, etc. Rather than doing that, think about, and I said to them, rather than do that, when they buy £100 worth of chocolate, say to them, okay, you've just bought £100 worth of chocolate, thanks for your £100. For that, I'm going to give you £10 worth of free chocolate. So the perception for the customer is I've got £10 worth of free chocolate for nothing, really. I was going to buy this £100 anyway. You've just given me £10 worth free. So we bag it up and they walk out of the shop and they're carrying their £100 worth of chocolate and they've got their £10 of free chocolate. You say, well, they weren't actually after. They just got it, whatever it is. It's a piece of chocolate worth £10. The perception is I've got £10. They go to their car, they put it in their car, they put their chocolate in their car, they put their free £10 worth of chocolate in the car. They get home later on, they put their £100 worth of chocolate, which they bought, and they've got this free chocolate. Maybe they give it away as a gift or something. I got that free. Yeah, well, I didn't even buy it. I mean, I didn't want it. They just gave me £10 worth of chocolate free. And all this goodwill is going on, the perception that you gave them this extra free chocolate. But let's look at it in a business sense. If you give them 10% off their bill of £100, you've just lost £10 off your net profit. If you give them a £10 worth of free chocolate, that £10 worth of free chocolate for the customer, same perception, 10 quid, that £10 worth of free chocolate probably cost you, I don't know, £3, £4, £5. So less off your net profit. And from your customer's point of view, it's something tangible they've taken away rather than, oh, I got £10 off. How many times do you walk away anyway and go, oh, I got £10 off, fist pump. I'm so excited. Rarely. If someone actually gives you something, you have something tangible. It's like when you go to any exhibition, people give away pens and they give away little staplers and rulers and all sorts of little gifts. They don't give you £1 or 50p, or they know that wouldn't be interesting. And obviously they're marketing on it as well. So think about how we can do that with coupons, or if you're going to give money off, how that could work. Okay, doesn't work for everyone, I accept that. But if you've got maybe you've got products that you can't sell, you haven't sold for a while, still good products. Maybe give those products away as your instead of a 10% off the bill. Okay, good. Other ways to think about getting loyalty: introduce a friend, get money off. There's lots of these schemes around. They do kind of work. Introduce a friend, I'll give you X pounds off. You'll get money, they'll get money, etc., etc. Sending out emails. We'll talk about emails in a moment. It's personalised and relevant emails are very important. The way you market your business is crucial for customer retention and loyalty. And also any of your USPs. So go back to that big list of USPs we had. What are your unique selling points? There could be something about that just helps you to keep your customers loyal to you. Good. Okay, digital brand and logo. So, okay. So we have, think of a shop where you might go shopping. Where, can you imagine if you had a shop? I mean, it's actually lockdown's actually helped us here. I was going to say, think of a shop where every customer comes in, has to walk past every single one of your products before he's allowed to go to the till and leave. I mean, that'd be quite good, because a lot of shops will come in, they go, and you've got all this space. You go, how do I get the people over here? How do I get them over to this corner? And how do I display this stuff? Wouldn't it be fab if everyone just walked in in a little circle. Now, actually, weirdly enough, with lockdown and with the 2 metre and 1 metre plus now that we have to leave from everyone, in a way, there are businesses are doing one-way systems. Make this work for your business. To take people around your shop the way you want them to go. My local garden centre, literally, is quite a biggish place, but they've done it so that I have to literally walk past every single product in the store before I get to the till. It's genius. It works. And actually, I'm okay with it as well. As a consumer, it doesn't irritate me. Normally I go, bang, got my product I came in for, bang, I'm there. So I'm not buying anything extra. But one business that's pretty much done this the whole time, we all know who it is. It's IKEA. And they've got the yellow brick road, etc. It's fabulous. And you walk in there and they just guide you around the whole place. Occasionally try and be clever and you go, I'm in a bit of a rush. I'm going to jump this way. I'm going to come through here and pick up the road here. And then 10 minutes later, you come back to the same place where you started. I just wasted 10 minutes of my life. But it's clever what they do. So digital brand, think about your brand. Think about your what digital brand you're going to do. So we may want to use your logo. Okay, so on your social media, we communicate our brand or the essence of our brand through what we say. The logo is just the picture. Okay, the brand is not the picture as such, but the brand is how we communicate the essence of our business. That's what we think about in layman's terms. So think about your logo or what your logo could be. So just here's a few well-known ones. Okay, we know the McDonald's one. These are logos we can just see and instantly we know what the business is. What I want you to think about is how can we do this for you locally? How can we get your logo so that locally, bang, people just get it in the whole Birmingham area, etc. They just know your business. This is what we're trying to do now. We can do this using social media, but we need to use it utilize it on our social media as well. There's Walt Disney's well. Everyone knows the Disney Castle. Okay, you've got the Worldwide Fund for Nature. They've got the little black panda there, black and white panda. You've got the Harrods sign. I mean, one of the most iconic ones out there. Okay, and Heinz. I mean, think about these brands. Think about what your emotional response to them is. Okay, your emotional response to McDonald's and Heinz might be slightly different. I don't know. I'm not going to judge you, but everyone's going to have a slightly different feeling to it. What we want to do is, what emotional response are we going to get from our customers when they see this on our social media, when they see this in our digital, when we're using this in a digital sense? Okay. Now, advertising your business. Now, whether you're doing an advert for anything, not just digital, but obviously I'm talking about digital at the moment. Every time we do an advert, we've got to be thinking the message has to be succinct. Keep it short, keep it punchy, keep it relevant. Okay, nice, succinct advertising message. Communicate the benefits. Tell them what the benefits of your business are. Why should they come to your store? Why should they come to your business? Why should they contact you? Let them know. Don't waffle around for hours. People's attention span is very low. The average person has an attention span of 8 seconds. 8 seconds. Okay, the average goldfish has an attention span of about 7 seconds. This is how we are. Online, people's attention span is about half a second. Okay, think about yourself. Whenever you Google anything, you Google this, bang. No, it's not there. Let me try something else, bang. You don't keep going through the pages of Google, the 15,000 million pages of Google, which the search you're looking for might be under. You don't, to be concise, get the benefits of your business out there. Talk about your USP in your advert. What is the unique selling point? To communicate that to people. Tell them about that. Have a call to action. What do you want the person reading the advert to do? Always have a call to action. Don't just say, this is what I'm doing. This is what I'm doing. This is how you get in touch with me. This is how you buy my product. This is how you follow me. This is how you communicate with me. This is how we meet and we start doing business. Give them a call to action. That's what we've got to think about. And think about a strap line. A strap line for your business. Have you got a strap line for your business? If you haven't, see if you can think of one. A strap line for your business. So when I talk about a strap line or a digital strap line, it's just a short, punchy statement which maybe enhances what you do or describes your business, etc. Or it is something about your business that people can just connect with. Okay, so let's just have a look at a couple here. Let's see if you can guess what they are. So the first one, do you know this one? That's right. So that's Just Do It, Nike. What's the strap line for this? Okay, maybe a slightly generational thing here. Okay, Ron Seal does what it says on the tin. Okay, next one. This one is actually one of my favorite ones. One of my favorite ones because, and probably not many of you will get this one, but I think it's absolutely fantastic. I think it's the wrong strap line for this product. I think it should be on a product like a Porsche or something like that, or a Mercedes or something like that. The strapline is actually reassuringly expensive. Reassuringly expensive. So it's saying we're expensive, but reassuringly expensive. It somehow justifies that it's expensive. For me, the irony is Stella Artois is actually quite reasonable. It's not expensive at all in my mind. But I think for like a Mercedes or a Porsche or a Ferrari or something, you think reassuringly expensive. You could see that resonating with the sort of people who might want to buy that, but that's just my opinion. Okay, next one. Okay, Gillette, the best a man can get. You're probably all saying that with me. Okay, next one. L'Oreal, because you're worth it. Yes, of course. Okay, next one. Audi. Okay, this one's in German. Yeah, a whole lot of you will know this, which is kind of weird, but okay. So Vorsprung durch Technik. Okay, good. And this one here, John Lewis. Okay, and this one actually they changed it. They got them into a bit of trouble. Their strapline was John Lewis, never knowingly undersold. So they effectively said, if you can find it cheaper, bring it in and we'll match it. And do you know what? Their profits kind of dived. So yeah, for me, don't start going on price. Don't get yourself too het up on price. Try and sell on your USP. Sell on everything else about your business, your customer service, everything else you offer, the value of your product. Not just trying to go, I'm going to sell the lowest price I can, because someone on the internet is going to be able to sell it lower than you. Trust me. Okay, even with packaging, delivery, and all that sort of stuff. So don't just go on price. Try and think of the essence of your business, the product, the value. Okay. Tesco, every little helps. Okay, these little strap lines we hear. Maybe we don't even realize they're strap lines, but these are out there. Okay. Last one, lilt. Again, probably a generational thing, sort of thing. So lilt. Okay, totally tropical taste. Okay, so some of you will get that. The young ones may struggle on that one. Okay, so the point of this strapline, think about your business. What could you do for your business? What could your strapline be? Again, in the one-to-ones, I'll look at your business. I'll look at the essence of your business. We'll look at what you do, and we'll try and come up with a strapline for your business that we can use in your profile on social media, but also we can use it and communicate it via our posts as well. And it just helps reinforce our message, helps reinforce the essence of your business, the value of your business, the reason why customers should come and buy off you. Okay, good. Okay, email marketing. Let's have a look at email marketing. We haven't got a lot of time left, so okay. Email marketing is still one of the most effective ways of marketing online. One of the most effective digital marketing means. Now, since GDPR, we've all got a whole lot less emails. But think about your customers. If you say to your customers, look, would you like me to send you an email? The reason I'm going to send you the email is this. The benefits of you receiving this email is this, this, and this. They're either going to go yes or no. If they say yes, that means they want you to send them stuff. They're interested in your product. It's a great way of just keeping in touch with people. So what we've got to think about first of all is the goal of the email. What are we trying to achieve? Which of our customers, our 5 customer segments that we're going to write down in our book here, which of these 5 customers is this email aimed at? You're probably not going to do just the generic email to all of our customers. Dear everyone in the world, it's probably not going to be like that. We're going to target people, and we're going to, when we get our email addresses in from people, you're not just going to take the email address. I'm going to take the email address. I may not ask them for this. I may just do this myself and look at them. Got their email address. I'm like, okay, I know they're male or female. I can estimate their age, and straight away I can decide what customer segment they go in. Which one of my 5? So when I send an email out, I send out a specific email to a specific target audience with relevant content, and that's what I'm looking for. So I need to make sure I've got a GDPR compliant list. I'm going to make sure they opt in to. They've allowed me to email them. They want me to email them. That's good. The content, keep it relevant and short. I could send you guys an email straight after this to all of you, and I could guarantee pretty much none of you will open it. The reason why, it'd be so long. As you see it, you'll go, oh, I'll read that later. I'm sure it's fantastic. I'm going to read it later, and you'll never get around to it. Or I could send you one after this, and I can almost guarantee you'll read it, because it'll be about a line and a half long. And as you open it, you'll be reading it as you're deciding, shall I read this or not? And you'll have read it. So try and keep it as short as possible to get your point across. When you send an email out, don't say, oh yes, I've got this product for sale, 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 this product, this. They're going to be as bored as you are writing it. If you're going to send an email out, say, I've got this product for sale, this is how you get it, bang, done. Maybe send another one out as well. Have a call to action on your email. What do you want them to do? Do you want them to follow you, connect you, reply to the email, click on the link on the web? Or how do you want them to respond to that? Think about the frequency of emails. If someone says to me, would you like me to send you an email, Zav, I know you're interested in boats. Would you like me to send you an email on boats? Well, very nice, thank you very much. And they send me 3 emails a day. Probably after about a day and a half, I'm going to unsubscribe or I'm going to unfollow them if it's on social media, etc., etc. So think about the frequency of sending emails. Think about the frequency of posting on Facebook, your frequency of posting on Twitter, your frequency of posting on Instagram or LinkedIn or whatever social media platform you're going to go on. And in the one-to-ones, we'll discuss how often we think we should be posting, because all of you will be slightly different. Some of you will be daily. You know, if you're running a cafe and you've got specials, then they might want to see what your specials are every day. That could be relevant. If I'm a clothes shop, maybe once a week, maybe once every 2 weeks, maybe once a month. So let's have a look at how often we should be sending these emails. Before we send the emails out, let's test it. Let's make sure it works. Let's use a couple of dummy accounts, our own accounts, our friends, families' accounts. Let's make sure the email works. Once we've sent the email out, okay, let's analyze it. Analyze it. Is it working? What you can do, there's lots of free email clients out there, and in this book we've got some examples on there, and takes you through, for example, MailChimp, and I've written an example of how to actually set MailChimp up in there. So with MailChimp, you can send out emails to maybe 100 people. It's up to a couple of thousand for free, but you can send your email out. It will tell you how many emails were opened. It will tell you who opened it. It will tell you who didn't open it. It will tell you who clicked on a link. It will tell you who replied. It will tell you who unsubscribed. It will tell you which ones bounced because you've got the wrong email address. It gives you all this data, all this information, which informs your decisions, informs what you could be doing. If you sent out an email to 100 people and 10 people clicked on this link that was more information, that tells you these 10 people are probably interested in that product. Now, what I would do then is I would get those 10 names. I would wait a few days. If I haven't heard from them, I would maybe email just that 10 and say, I saw you clicked on that link. Is there any information you would like? Anything to help you? We've got this spec, etc. And you've got this relationship going with these people. Okay, so email marketing. Think about email marketing. Doesn't matter how small you are, and I'm not saying you need 50,000 email addresses. You only need 50 email addresses if there are 50 customers. You only need maybe 20 email addresses if they're all 20 customers. We're looking for, it's the same as followers. We don't want 100,000 followers or 2.2 million followers if none of them engage with us, if none of them come into our business, if none of them buy from us. Okay, so we look at the quality of the follower, the quality of the email customer is what we're looking for. Okay, good. Google. Okay, having a Google account, what I would suggest all of you do is set up what's called a Gmail email address. Okay, a Gmail email address just gives you access to Google's free suite. There's so many free things that Google will give you. Okay, you can use all these. It's totally free. Go on your Google Drive, which is where you can store documents. It gives you things like Google's version of Excel, Google's version of Word. It gives you email, obviously. It gives you a calendar. It gives you Google Translate, which you can have on your mobile phone, which if you ever go abroad, if we're ever going to go abroad again, I'm sure we will at some point on holidays. Anywhere you go, if you go to Greece and you get a Greek menu or some words in Greek, you hover your Google Translate with the camera open over whatever text it is, Chinese, Hong Kong, doesn't matter. It will just translate it into whatever language you want it to translate. It's a free tool. It's fantastic. There's lots of free stuff with Google. One of the most important things with Google is Google My Business. That will be connected to your Google Gmail account. Okay, so Google My Business is Google has set up every single business and put every single business on the map digitally, effectively. It then says, look, if this is your business, because I think I found your business, you can claim it and you can start adding stuff to it. You can start putting photos on it, videos on it, more information, your opening hours, or links to your websites, links to your social media, all this sort of stuff. So think about claiming your Google listing as well. Really important. So Google G Suite. Okay, multi-channel digital marketing sounds very confusing. It's not. All it means is, how do I communicate? How am I going to communicate with my customers? So have you got a shop? Let's look in the middle. Have you got a shop? Have you got premises? Okay, that's one channel you can communicate with business. Do you have a Facebook business page? Okay, you do. Great, that's 2. Have you got a Twitter account? 3. So let's go around. So we've got Facebook, we've got Twitter, Snapchat. If your customers are sort of like 12 to 18, probably the best one. eBay. Do you sell on eBay? Have you got a website? So a little laptop icon. Have you got a website? Do you advertise or do you post on Pinterest? Okay. Do you have a LinkedIn account? Okay, certainly if you're more of a professional person, like LinkedIn is almost like an online CV, something where you can communicate with other professionals, so to speak. YouTube, do you have a YouTube account? By the way, your YouTube account is connected to your Google account, to your Gmail. along with your Google My Business, all part of the same thing. Okay, YouTube owned by Google. Email, do you do email marketing? Do you sell on Amazon? Do you use WhatsApp? Do you use WhatsApp to communicate with your business? Remember, if you send out a WhatsApp group message to 10 people, they will all see each other's numbers. You're not allowed to do that, GDPR. What you can do is set up a WhatsApp broadcast where you send it out to 10 people. They will only see it coming from you. No one else will see each other's numbers. They can all then reply to you, whatever that message is, which is useful. And then there's Instagram as well. So again, in the one-to-ones, we'll look at how you should be as a multi-channel digital marketer, what channels you should be doing. I'll help you identify which ones you may be on some of these, and you may say, well, I'm on them, but they're not really working. Maybe they're the wrong ones for you, or maybe we just need to do them slightly differently. Okay, good. Okay, that's the end of the session today. So I'll hand over to Waka in a second, but there's my email address. I'll leave it on the screen for the second. If you're interested in a one-to-one, do email me and book yourself in a session. Those of you, I'm still waiting for a few people to send back their forms. Thank you to all the others who have sent the forms in, and hopefully you've received your books. But I'll be sending out a whole load more books tomorrow. My social media, if you're on any social media, link in with me. I will link back in with you. If I don't link back in with you, flick me an email and say, Zav, I'm this business. You haven't linked in with me. I maybe have missed it. So just send that through, and I'll hand over back to Waka.
Thanks, Zav. Fantastic presentation. I'm sure everybody who attended would join in with me to give a virtual round of applause for Jav. So thank you, Jav, for presenting that very relevant topic, and I'm sure everybody found lots of benefit from it. Just a couple of questions that came. Yes, you will all get the presentations. Just email myself or Zav, and also the webinar will be recorded. We'll make a YouTube link so we can also get that sent out to you as well. I mean, if anybody's got any questions, I have unmuted everybody now, hopefully. And if you have any trouble, just speaking, or you don't wish to speak at all, do let me know. Alternatively, you can use the chat box for any questions, and myself or Zav could read them out and get them answered. So just bear with me, guys, while I see a few things in the chat box. And
okay, so I'm seeing Debbie has put, can I get a book? Yeah, Debbie, all you do is send an email to me asking for one-to-one. I'll send you a form, and you just email the Word form back to me. If you can send it back in Word format, that helps. And then as soon as I get because you'll need your address on it and your GDPR buy-in, etc., then I'll send you the book out. They'll be going out tomorrow morning with everyone else's.
Yeah, perfect. So I'd just like to reiterate Zav's point. I mean, the one-to-one sessions he's offering are fantastic, and he's had lots of interest from the people who attended the first webinar. Guys, if you attended the first webinar that Zav presented and you're back for the second one, I'm sure you'll agree all the information he's providing is relevant. So, like you mentioned, you can book the one-to-one session after the third session, which will be next week. So this is the second of all the 3 sessions in total of the digital skills. If you'd like a link for the first one as well, I can provide that, no problem. The next one would be next week, same day, same time at 10 o'clock. If you guys need a booking link for that as well, do get in touch with me on my email addresses in the chat box. So hopefully the next session will be a follow-on to the first 2 sessions. Don't worry if you've missed the first session or you had to miss parts of this session. Like I said, they're all recorded. We can pass them on to you, and we can get the presentation slides to you also. So yeah, do get in contact with Zav if you want a more in-depth, personalized one-to-one session. I'm sure he'll be happy to help. And just a bit about the Growth Hub again. So do get in contact with us as well if you're experiencing any other types of barriers to growth or any issues, and you're located in the Greater Birmingham Solihull area. We can help you, support you, especially in this crisis. We've been very busy with all sorts of inquiries. I know people are struggling with all sorts of issues, such as finding the finances, or even struggling to stay open or struggling to grow. Come and speak to our business advisors. They're very experienced and they help you in all sectors. I believe I put the Growth Hub details in the chat box, so do give us a call, guys. All the advice and support we give is free. Come and check us out. Just check a few more messages in the chat box, see what they're saying.
I think Kieran's just come in with one. Kieran's got a football development business, I believe. Yeah, he's asking, should we use apps like Hootsuite and Buffer to post multiple social media at the same time? So it's a personal choice, Kieran. My feeling is, what I like to do is I use TweetDeck for Twitter, which I find really, really good. Facebook, I just use the scheduling on Facebook, and Instagram, I generally just post as I go along live. So it's entirely a personal thing. Some people struggle with using the sort of Hootsuites and buffers, find them a little bit over-engineered, a little bit confusing, but they're not too bad. But it's the time you've got and how many posts you're trying to do. That would be my sort of advice to you. But when we have a one-to-one, we can have a chat about that and see what you think. Yes, so Alex runs a video company. Alex, yes. So your question in the one-to-one, we can go through that specifically because if you're business to business, slightly different to business to B2C. So it'll be slightly, but the principles are the same. But we do that in different ways. We'd have different methods for doing that. So if you're interested, just click me an email, get a one-to-one. I'll send you a book, and we can have a chat about that. Now, the one-to-ones, I'm happy to do the one-to-ones really from now on. I've done a couple last week. If you want to wait till the end of the third session to get the whole thing, I'm fine with that as well, because there'll be about a 2-week gap when you can have your one-to-ones. Or if you want to start those fairly soon, just let me know and I'll send you my availability and you can just book your times.
Hey guys, if you have any more questions, do pop them in the chat box or speak them out loud using speakers, no problem. Alex, just seen your question in the question answer session, I believe. So yeah, if anybody's worried about mentioning any personal questions, like I said, the one-to-one sessions are available with Zav, or give the growth hub a direct call, and we're happy to answer them.
Yeah, and when it comes to one-to-ones, if you're looking for a strategy to reach other businesses that you deal with, that's one thing. If you're looking for a content strategy, what type of stuff should I be posting? Yeah, we can do that. If you say, look, I've never used Twitter, I don't know what a hashtag is. How do I post? That's what the one-to-ones for as well. So the one-to-ones, wherever you are in your journey, it's absolutely fine. There are no silly questions. We can go through anything at all that you want. Okay, so on this session, you might want to ask your questions here, but in the one-to-ones, you can ask any questions at all.
So Alex has asked a question in the Q&A. What's your thoughts on TikTok?
Interesting. Yeah, interesting. I mean, TikTok is the sort of the viral thing that's gone mad. I've been trying to think how, as a business, I can leverage off TikTok if I was a business. The only way I can think of doing it is doing it sort of in front of my shop or something, which gives me a bit of visibility. I'm not quite sure how. Yeah, I mean, TikTok's an interesting one. It's an interesting one. I don't know how flash in the pan it's going to be. It's got a lot of visibility. It's a tricky one. It's a tricky one. It depends on what your business is, I guess, and I'll have to think about what that is. So I've seen one from Debbie. Sorry, Debbie. Under customers, the top 5 had a point with email and mob. Mob is mobile. So when you're communicating via email or mobile. Apologies for that. So if you're on any social media, guys, look up my handles and follow me. One thing we'll be trying to do with all of you guys on here is once I start doing my one-to-ones, I'll be connecting you all together as a network. Okay, so if we get 20, 30, 40 businesses on this from these sessions together, for example, on Twitter, I'll set up a Twitter network. I'll then get each of you to start following each other, and then we can start thinking about sharing each other's businesses and promoting each other. If you imagine if we get 40 people on our little network, and all of you just share one post from each other, and we've all got, say, 100 people following each of us, all of a sudden we've got this huge 4,000 people, etc., that we could start increasing our visibility with. So we're going to start working with the Growth Hub as a network to promote all of you guys as well, far after this training finishes.
Yeah, most definitely, yeah.
And then as we do more training, we'll just keep adding to it and more people will add to it.
Sure. Again, like I mentioned, guys, who didn't listen, next week we've got the 3rd and final session of the digital skills that Zav's presenting. So, do tune into that. I'm sure it'll be well worth it, and a good follow-up to this session and the first one. So do book yourselves onto that, guys. It's great you're asking all these questions and hopefully getting the best answers from Zav. I mean, if anybody's got any more questions, do write them in the chat box, or you can use a Q&A session again. Just give it maybe a minute or two, and if there's no more questions, then we'll really end the call and let everybody carry on.
So next week we're going to be wrapping this up with all the training, the other elements, and then we're going to be coming with the final piece, which is your digital strategy and what you need for your digital strategy, what you need to be thinking about. We'll be tying all these strands together, and if you've got the book will become your physical digital strategy. That's why it's quite useful to have the books. It's a summary of the whole course, really. So it's a good thing to have, and you need to have this digital strategy and try and stick to the strategy as you go through the weeks, months, and the years to come.
So yeah, I think we're not getting any more questions. I don't want to hold up anybody else's time. I know we've been here just over an hour. So I'd just like to say a final thank you to you, Zav, for presenting, and thank you for all the great information you've given, the presentation you've made. I'm sure everybody would benefit from it. And thank you all for attending and posing the questions, and you know, do book yourselves onto the one-to-ones, with Zav, and do come on to the next session. If you've got any questions that you haven't asked, do email us directly. So I'd like to say a final goodbye to you all, and thank you all for attending, and thank you, Zav, for presenting.
Okay, thanks guys. See you next week.
Bye-bye.
Cheers.
Bye.